All right, everyone, welcome to episode 1 of Around the Block, my first ever podcast. This is a Minecraft podcast. I'm here with a very special guest, TimeOff, also known as Drew.
Yep, that's me.
And basically, I've been sitting on this idea for a long time. I'll get into why I wanted to start this, but I for the longest time I've always listened to podcasts. I've always listened to just YouTube in general and audio stuff while I've been playing the game, and I thought there's not really a Minecraft related podcast, and I think there are a lot of people that would like to listen to their favorite Minecraft YouTubers or just Minecraft related stuff in general. So that's the idea here. That's my goal, to just provide a source of content that hopefully a lot of people enjoy.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it, man. There's very few out there I find, or I've only ever found really like one that I listen to. But there's not. It doesn't seem to be like oversaturated, like just like the YouTube content creators are, like in the Minecraft scene. The podcast scene is like a little bit more untouched, I find.
There's a couple out there, but they seem to be focused on one single genre of like some sort, and I want to like cover like a bunch of different things. I have plans to interview or just talk in general with like redstone YouTubers, like building YouTubers, like
Mm.
people that are like all over the place, and I think that'd be pretty fun. So basically, to introduce who I am for people that don't know, I'm Celye. That's what I go by. You can call me Jack. Pretty much everybody just calls me Jack, which I'm
Yeah,
fine
I
with.
think so. Yeah,
I don't know one person that calls me that, but it's perfectly fine. I like being
you'll
called
get
by
there. You'll
Jack.
get there.
I like being called by anything. I don't really care. But I've been doing YouTube on this channel for almost 6 years. In February, it's gonna be 6 years. I have done YouTube before, but like I just like given up on projects. But this is my hobby. I love doing this, especially Minecraft. It's my favorite thing in the world to just sit down and play on my world with not just single player, but also on Cornerstone. We'll get into Cornerstone in a little bit. So yeah, you have a little bit of history to your channel as well.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah,
the channel I currently have, time off. It's technically my second YouTube channel, Minecraft channel. I do consider it a Minecraft channel. I mean, I have played other games throughout the channel's life so far, but it's primarily Minecraft at this point. Um, my old channel was kind of the same way. I was in high school when I started that channel, and I'm trying to remember exactly like which era of Minecraft it was, which updates, but it's escaping me right now. But basically, yeah, I went years without doing it, and I always watched people on YouTube, and I always still wanted to do it, and it wasn't until about, I think it was close to maybe 3 years ago now. I might have been closer to four. I'm not too sure, but I started time off, and it started, like pretty low production and stuff like that, trying to sort things out. But I finally kind of found my identity doing that, and it's been, like you said, like it's a hobby, man. It's a passion, and I feel it through and through as well. So it's really nice to be playing, especially with everyone on Cornerstone, because like we share that same passion, and like we're all friends too. Like we're friends first, and like YouTubers second, and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, like even thinking about my personal life, like in real life, it's like there's not many people I could like talk to about this kind of stuff. So we were talking a little bit before we started recording. Like I had a buddy of mine ask me about doing kind of like a Minecraft, like gaming Minecraft related podcast for a little while, and it never really took off. So when I heard about like your idea for this, man, I got like super super excited, because it's like, yeah, now we could just like there's no like game that we're playing right now that we're focused on trying to include in our recording process. Like it's just we're talking and we're just geeking out about Minecraft. I love it.
hmm yeah. It's definitely a passion. Another thing I've also known, like since I even started doing my channel, that I wanted to try and like start a let's play and start doing Minecraft content. Like right when I saw the game, I was like, this is what I want to do. I have some notes here. Like a lot of people don't see the behind the scenes aspect of making videos, And
Hmm.
there's a lot of podcasts that talk about YouTube that I've watched before, but not specifically Minecraft YouTube and how that process is done. Um, so I'd like to see how different people do it because there's a ton of different ways people make videos just on Minecraft.
There's a ton of different ways, and what I've kind of learned like throughout doing it was a lot of people share quite a bit of the same experience too in a weird way. Like I'll watch someone like, people from Hermitcraft, and they're talking about some growing pains, or like, they tried recording this episode a couple times but that kept happening and stuff like that. It's like, man, like I know they're on a completely different level than we are, but I go through a lot of that same stuff, you know like it's just I have a channel at this point. It's like, 300 subscribers or whatever, and it's like I still have a similar experience than the people that are making their videos for, hundreds of thousands of viewers. You know what I mean? So it's like
Exactly.
it doesn't matter like how popular you are or whatever. It's like a lot of us go through the same thing.
Yeah, I've realized from my time on YouTube that what really helps with growth and all of that is creating like a niche. And I'm not the first person to say this, but when you find something that is hasn't really been done before and
Mm-hmm.
you really dig into that niche, an audience is gonna find that eventually, and they're gonna spread it around. And
Mm-hmm.
there's been a lot of trends recently that have kind of explored like different spots of Minecraft YouTube. For example, a couple years ago, it was huge to do like hardcore series. They're still huge now, but you weren't seeing those like 5 years ago. Like when I started, there were no like hardcore like series that were like really huge, and I think shout out to Philza, he really blew that up. But um,
Mm.
also, of course, the 100 days stuff is huge.
Yeah, yeah, that got really popular too.
That was
There
like a
there
huge
was even
trend.
like a yeah, there's like smaller YouTubers that I follow as well that were starting to do that too, the 100-day thing. I
I've
never really got into it. I didn't watch a lot of that content, but I saw that it was around. I saw that it was something.
I've had ideas where I've wanted to try it. Like in my Let's Play, I'm building a city, so I wanted to try like doing 100 days of building a city. But like the idea of like in your head it sounds good, but actually doing it is like
Mm.
how do I do this? But it's like an infinite money glitch. I see so many people doing it. I'm like, man, it's really popping off.
Yeah, but if you figure it out too, then like that is so appealing for people to watch. I find like because there's videos that I watch where like somebody has like this stupid goal. It's like, how are you going to do that? Like that doesn't even sound like it's very reasonable.
Sounds
And
impossible.
then yeah, and they somehow figure out a way to do it, and it's like, whoa, like is this guy the first? Like I haven't seen that. And yeah, you're right. Like there's something about that that's just so fascinating. And I think you really you really nailed it when you said that people are just looking for so many different ways to play and expose like certain things of Minecraft, like to kind of, stand out, to innovate in their content. It's something that I've put a lot of thought of, and like I haven't really been able to like figure out a lot. Like one thing I think that is just absolutely genius is like Grian's life series that he's doing. It's like what an awesome way to play Minecraft, man. Like
Uh,
with people and stuff like that. And those are awesome gimmicks and mechanics that they're using. And I've thought like so hard, like, what's something I could do like in a single player world that would be like Minecraft with a twist. And it's tricky, but like when someone does it, it's like you're angry that you weren't the one that figured it out. You know what I
right.
mean? So
I'll have to check that series out. But like when I originally thought like when I was starting my Let's Play, like what was I gonna do that was gonna separate myself from the rest? And in my head I was like, I'm gonna build this giant city for years, and eventually it's gonna look so crazy and so
mm,
unbelievable that nobody's gonna believe it was done in survival mode, and that's like
no, yeah, I get that. There
my way out.
There was a couple things I've seen on your channel that I thought was pretty insane that you did in survival. I mean, your city's one of them, but like just like for example, like you're starting the Minecraft Hall of Fame and stuff like
That's right.
that. and it's just like the area that you prepped for it. I'm like, bro, like there's no way that somebody placed like every single like dirt block for just for some small example like that, or the mountain that you built, the resort that you built, in Cornerstone Season 2 and stuff like that. It's
That was
like,
so
man, like
fun.
yeah, it turned out so good, but it's so satisfying that like you did it. You did it in survival, and like, I don't think I'm assuming you didn't use anything like Matica or anything like
No,
that. Like
it
you just,
was all freestyle. I mean,
yeah.
I will give credit where credit is due. F Whip is a
Mm.
heavy inspiration for that. He was building those mountains. I think it was a hardcore or a let's play or something, like a series like that. And I looked at that. I was like, man, that looks so unbelievable. Like, how can he do
Yeah.
that? Like, there's no way I can do something like this until I'm like, I'm gonna give this a try. I have this idea for a ski resort. I don't think anybody's built a ski resort in survival mode, so I'm gonna give this a try. And well, I mean, 50 double chests of dirt later, we
Yep.
got a in snow, we got a
Yep.
mountain,
Yep. It's
and
insane, man. Like Pally did it in Season 1.
yeah,
Like he built a
that was
mountain at
crazy.
his base. And I thought about doing it too, like in my single player world, because like the seed that I have for my single player world is so bad for mountains. Like there's just nothing around. Like the closest like
I think I watched
kind
one of your
yeah.
videos and you were talking about that one time.
Oh,
You're
I had
like,
to go out like
I
7,000
couldn't.
blocks.
You're
It
like,
was
I couldn't find a
ridiculous.
mountain.
Oh, it was ridiculous. I found a decent enough one, and I was kind of planning on trying to get out there at some point. I kind of thought recently too, like I've thought about this for a little while, is like because I've never really done a mega project before. The closest I ever did was like pretty much collabing with you on the arena.
The
That
arena.
was that was kind of like the biggest project
Oh,
I've
we can
ever
talk about
worked
that
on.
too later on.
Yeah, but I've never. So I thought about like what Pally did in Season 1. Like he built a mountain around his base area, and like you started the ski resort. I'm like, do I just bite the bullet and build a mountain myself in the seed that just sucks with mountains? Do I just do it myself? I don't know. I like and I haven't got to the point where like I'm mentally ready to commit to a project like that. But um, I don't know. Maybe just getting started's the hardest part.
That's the great
Do you?
thing. That's the great thing
Yeah.
about Minecraft is when you're like, oh man, I want to do this thing, but it's like not there. Like you can actually like
Yeah.
make it. Like you can do this thing. It's like possible, which is like one of my favorite things about the game.
Yeah,
And
so what just for a little bit of like background about yourself, like you were saying like you have like a passion for Minecraft and stuff like that, and when you first saw Minecraft you knew that you wanted to make content out of it, or you at least wanted to watch content and stuff like that. But like what about Minecraft like hooked you when you like first like
so
discovered it?
the first I remember the first time I ever saw Minecraft, and
Me too. Me
I
too. Go
can't
ahead.
find the
But me too, yeah.
video. I can't find the video. It's very deep in the depths of YouTube, but I can describe.
Yeah.
If somebody can find this video for me, I will be so happy. I might even give a prize. I won't say any prize, but like I seriously might. So this video, not to get too off topic, but it was showcasing this redstone project, and it was like a diamond waterfall. And okay, this might sound like it didn't take place too long ago, but this was I'd say like maybe 2011, 2010, but
Yeah, that's about right.
it was after dispensers were released. I know that was kind of like later on in Redstone, but I don't know. There weren't even dispensers. It might have been something else. But basically, there were these. It was like a diamond waterfall inside of this like cobblestone house. That's like all I remember. He like went outside and like looked at the redstone for a little bit. But that's the first time I ever looked at like something Minecraft, and I saw it. And then in the recommended, there were like all these world tours, and that's how I found. I believe that's how I found the Minecraft crew, which almost nobody knows this except for me. Um, oh, that's not true. There's like 100,000 views on some of these videos, but there's this Let's Play like it's like 10, 12, 13 years old, I think, of these group of, I think it's like a family, like family and friends or something. They were playing Minecraft, and like that is the first Let's Play I ever watched, and that's what got me hooked on Minecraft. And I was like, dude, this looks so fun.
Hmm.
So the Minecraft Lite edition on my iPod in 2012, I believe. I
Whoa.
say I'm not sure. This is like a really weird point in time because I can't exactly remember because I was kind of young. So I got this iPod for my birthday, and I had it for a month, but I still remember I had Minecraft on it. This I could go on for a lot longer, but that's how I got introduced to it. You can talk about how you found it now.
Oh, I mean, my story's fairly similar. I can totally relate with you, like seeing Minecraft, like, cause I can totally understand why somebody could look at Minecraft for the first time and think that it just looks awful. Like I was listening
Yeah.
to a podcast one time with King B Dogs on it, and he said that when he first saw Minecraft, he thought it was like, I'm kind of paraphrasing a bit, but from my memory, he was saying like, it didn't look that great. Now he's like, obsessed in making games or literally working on Minecraft. Um, but for me, like I was lucky enough where I say lucky, but I was just different enough to look at Minecraft and just fall in love at first sight because this was beta 1.7 when I was introduced. And I go over to my buddy's house. I was in high school, like maybe, I don't know, grade 9 or something like that. And my buddy goes, "Hey, man, you got to play Minecraft with us." I'm like, "The heck is Minecraft?" And he's like, "Oh, I'll show you. I'll show you. We're playing on a server right now. I'll show you." So we go up and he opens it. He has like a Mac. Like the first time I ever saw Minecraft was on a Mac. And he opens up the server that him and some other friends that we mutual friends that we have, they started playing on this server together, and he's just kind of giving me like a quick rundown on how it works, and immediately I was like, "This is different.
Yeah,
Like
I
this is cool.
what
Like,
hooked
because
me I
yeah,
didn't care about the graphics. What hooked me is that you could just build anything you wanted. That was
and
such
you
a
could you
cool idea
could
to me.
break everything
And
you
you can
see
break everything, you can collect stuff, and that was like
because
mind-blowing to me.
yeah, because like in games, it's like any other game that you can really think of. You're walking on the ground, you're walking up this mountain, and the mountain is as it is. There, like whatever you, the player, do, you cannot change what that mountain is. You cannot
It's at
change the ground.
also it's actually there. You can go and climb that mountain.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly. And it's infinite and it's
mhm.
different. Like it's all randomly generated, so everyone gets their own personal world. It was crazy, and like the thing that's so special about like Minecraft, or like especially for me seeing Minecraft, was you couldn't compare anything to it because it was just its own thing. Like you think of a lot of big games that come out today and stuff like that. It's like, well, obviously, okay, like this game, it's open world, but it, like, it took elements out of this game and stuff like that. It's
Mhm.
like Minecraft, it didn't. It was its own thing. It created a new genre. Like it's just, I don't know. Like I couldn't believe, because like I know games like that have existed in the past, like way back. You look at some of the most innovative games of all time, like Tetris and Pac-Man and Mario 64 and all that kind of stuff. But like I was either too young or I wasn't even born to see that kind of stuff. So for me, Minecraft was the game that I got to see with a mature enough mind that I saw a game that did something that no other game did. And it was just, it was really special to me. And it clicked instantly. And then I started watching videos. I started watching, um, we talked about this a long time. I forget the channel name, but there was a Monarch of Madness was the map. It was like, it's really, really old. It's like probably over 10 years old now. That was one of the first like long-term series I watched of this adventure map of people playing Minecraft. And then I discovered Etho, and I started watching Etho, and I was watching B Dubs, and these are people I still watch to this day too.
Mhm.
And it's like, man, like I no other game has done that. Like I don't feel like any other game has really stuck that way. You know, 10 years later, it's bigger than ever. It's just it's crazy. Or we're going on 15 years now, actually. I
That's
guess.
isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I remember building a monument when it was the Minecraft's 10-year anniversary. And
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah.
that was in 2019, and
Yeah.
that did not
Yeah.
feel like that long ago. But
Ah,
yeah, I the reason I'm so unsure about when I started playing is because when I look up when Minecraft was released on iOS or whatever, or just like Pocket Edition is what it was called back then. But when
Hmm.
it was released in like late 2011. But like I specifically remember playing it like in the springtime, so I guess it had to be in 2012. So yeah, I guess.
Okay. Okay.
But then there were like I looked like way deep into the like the change logs and the updates to try to find exactly when I could find it, but I just like could not figure it out.
Hmm.
Um, but that's how I got introduced to it. It's funny that you found it through a friend, because when I found it, I was like the only one in my friend group that knew about it. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yep.
cool that it was introduced through a friend, because then immediately you're involved with other people, which is
Yeah,
one of
there was
my
already like a community
yeah
that we had, yeah,
yeah it was
where
like a
you kind of had
community.
to look for it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And yeah, again, a big part of why I still love it is like early on those let's plays and those videos, like tutorials and stuff like that, got me hooked on just the
Yep.
possibilities. Also, just like people showcasing their worlds. I love world tours. I love doing them. I love watching
Yeah.
them, and like just seeing what people are capable of. Like just the pure creativity is just one of my favorite things about this game. I don't think it's too far off to say that Minecraft is a form of art. I think it is.
Yep. Yep.
And
Yep.
I think that's pretty reasonable when you compare it to other forms of art. People spend hours and hours, sometimes literally hundreds of hours plus, working on these beautiful like things, like these creations.
People make music in Minecraft. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy. People engineer in Minecraft. It's
Some
special, man.
I saw earlier today, some guy, he made a computer in Minecraft, which I know a bunch of
Mm.
people have done. Like impressive as that, but he made it like I forgot how many bits it was running. I know nothing about computers at all, but it was like according to him, it was more powerful than a computer that sent astronauts to the moon or something, which
Oh,
is like mind blowing.
I would believe it. I haven't seen it, but
And it's
I
in
wouldn't
the
be
game.
surprised.
Like that's just
Yeah.
I actually can't comprehend like how much work would need to be done for that to be
Hmm.
accomplished. Um,
Yep.
but yeah,
Yep.
I guess we can move on to Cornerstone. We can start talking about
Sure.
that. So I got introduced to Cornerstone. By the way, for people that don't know, Cornerstone SMP is the server we both play on. That's how we met, actually. Well, we didn't meet on the Chosen Challenge, but
We
well, we'll talk
yeah,
about that too.
exactly.
Um,
Sure.
but yeah, I found it because one day back during quarantine, I was trying to find new YouTubers to just watch, and Zinji was one of these very small YouTubers at the time that was making a Let's Play, and he joined Cornerstone SMP. So I started watching some other people on there, like Hicks and Pally, and like Lemon Slice and all these guys, and I was like, man, this looks cool. But I didn't even play Java at that point. I had a Java account. I got my account started in
Oh
2015.
yeah, that's right. Sorry, I
Um,
forgot that your main series is Bedrock. It
yeah,
kind of blends for me now, but yeah, that's right.
yeah, I was playing on. I started my Let's Play in July of 2020, but I didn't start in Cornerstone until January of 2021. So there was like 6, 7 months of me just playing Bedrock. But I was playing Minecraft. I was like slightly making like a name for myself in that genre. But I was watching these guys for a couple of weeks, maybe it was like a couple months, and I asked Hicks, I believe. I mainly watched Hicks, actually. That's like how I got introduced to it. I was watching Hicks's videos. Uh, so I asked him, or no, he asked me if I wanted to join, and I was like, I mean, I'll join, but I don't want to like intrude. Like I don't want to like barge into the server and like be a nuisance, you know, because he was like inviting me. Um, so I was like, sure. I mean, yeah, I'll play, and I got my Java account loaded up for the first time in like 6 years or something, and started playing in yeah January of 2021, and you came along a couple months later after me. So
Was it a few months? I suppose so, because I joined shortly after the Aussies came in, like
maybe it
just shortly
was
after.
okay. Let me put it. I might have to look this up right now, but you did tell me before that Bodhi invited you like when it was
Mm.
originally gonna start.
Yes. Yeah. So Bodhi found it Cornerstone.
Yeah, right.
And
Oh yeah, I should probably say that. Bodhi
sure.
Bodhi MC started Cornerstone, but he's not on Cornerstone anymore. He stopped, I believe, like midway through season one, or like
Yeah.
3 quarters through season one. But we're still going strong.
Yeah. We're on our
Bodhi,
second season, man. That's
Bodhi,
insane.
if you're out there, if you want to come back, I mean,
Bodhi, you
it's
could always come
literally,
back.
I mean, you started it, so I mean, it's not like
Yeah. It's his birthright.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
I never actually like officially met Bodhi.
that's crazy. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I talked to Bodhi a couple times. I don't think we ever collabed on anything. I'm trying
No.
to remember. I did. I mean, we did talk, but we never like did a project together or anything like that. But we did talk a little bit. But
Yeah.
yeah, like the original cast looks so different from now, because during season one, we added, me and Nellis came at the same time, I believe, like a week apart.
Mm.
Elemental also came. Man, of course the Aussies, they came a little bit later on. But now that you
Yeah.
say you came around when they did, I think you were
Yeah.
like halfway through the season when you
Yeah,
came.
so because when I joined, Pally told me that it was the one season 1.5 era is what they
Yeah.
were calling it. So like there was a lot of things like when I joined, like I just kind of stopped myself from doing like the hockey arena. That was something I had like kind of planned around season one, but I knew that we were already starting a new season when 1.18 was going to come out, or was it 17 1.18? So I
Who knows?
thought, okay,
It's
like
all
I'll
a
just
jumble.
it is a jumble at this point. So I thought, I'd just save it. So like, I didn't take season one like too serious. But yeah, like you were talking about the original cast, and um, I think Hicks is the only one of the original cast that's still around. Um, but
I mean, I think
yeah,
Alex. Do you know Alex is like still active? Like, I'm
uh,
subscribed to
he,
his
he
channel.
yeah, he just started posting content again not too long ago.
Yeah,
I was talking to him actually. He
I
reached out to
think.
me not too.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. I was I think he commented on one of my videos pretty recently, but I forgot which one it was. But I think he was there for that too, that original day. I think
Yeah,
Pally joined like a month after they started or something like that. I might be
yeah, it
completely
sounds about
wrong.
right.
Or maybe it was a couple
Yeah.
weeks.
Because Pally seemed to like know a lot about like the start and whatnot. Like I was kind of able to pick his brain to get caught up on, everything I had missed.
The
Because
lore.
yeah, exactly. Because Bodhi asked me to, I think he found me on Minecraft forums or Planet Minecraft or something.
Really? That's
And
how it is, that how
yeah,
he reached out to people? That's so crazy.
it was something like that. And so he reached out to me and said, "Hey, I'm starting this new SMP. I was wondering if you wanted to join." At that time, I was pretty much just doing my single player world, and I was doing like other games. Like I might have been playing, I don't know, like Sonic Lost World on my channel. Um, and I was still kind of getting into the flow of YouTube, and finding out, like trying to craft my own identity on who I am as a YouTuber, and try to figure out like my process of recording and getting videos out, and like what I really wanted. And I just didn't think I was ready for an SMP, so I ended up turning it down. I even got some other offers too. I got offered to join Topia, which is another SMP that a lot of us actually talked to some of the people from Topia.
Are they still running?
So, yep, they are.
Oh wow.
Yep. So, yeah, I was offered to like, I had a few different offers and stuff like that, and so, but I turned everything down. And then a little while went by, and I, got really into watching Hermitcraft and stuff like that, and getting caught up on that because I didn't watch Hermitcraft for a long time. I didn't know what it was for a long time because I was used to like Etho and B Dubs from like the Mindcrack days and stuff
Oh
like
yeah.
that. So I didn't realize that Hermitcraft was another one of those, and so I thought it was something different. Anyway, but when I finally discovered what it was, and I just got super into watching those videos, I'm like, man, I want this. Like, I want that. Like, because that's something you just don't get from single player. And so I decided like I was ready to join like an SMP server. And so I was like, well, do I look for one or do I just go back to old offers? And so I reached out to I was talking to Caden, who runs Topia, and I played with them on a test server for just a little bit. just to try to, they were kind of getting down like a lot of their server side stuff and introducing everyone to each other. And a lot of these people had already known each other, so I was meeting everyone for the first time. And then I ended up talking to Pally. No. I messaged Bodie and I said, "Hey man, would that offer still be up to join Cornerstone?" And he said, "Well, I actually don't have anything to do with Cornerstone. I left, but Pally is the guy that you're going to want to talk to."
Oh, I'm
I was like,
gone.
okay, yeah. It's like, so I messaged Pally and he checked out my channel and we were chatting for a little bit, and he's like, I'll whitelist you, and you're welcome to join if you want. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll try it. I'll just jump in and see how it goes. So we set up and I got on the server and I was hanging around spawn, and Pally showed up and we started recording. So like in my very first Cornerstone episode, Cornerstone season 1, episode 1, when I'm talking to Pally like in the shopping district, like we had only started talking for the first time like maybe 10 minutes before that. And so like that was me, like raw footage of getting to know Pally, and Onion signed on and I was like, "Oh, who's this Onion guy?" And we were hanging out and stuff, and that was my first time chatting and stuff like that. And then, I just quickly met everyone else. Like, you wanted to talk about um the first chosen session and stuff like that. That's when I met
Oh yeah.
everyone else.
Yep.
And so yeah, it
That's
just
the first time I talked
we
to
grew
you.
from there.
I remember
Yeah, the
that.
first time we met.
That
Yep,
was
exactly.
such a great experience.
Man, I can't tell you because, spoiler alert for anyone listening, like you and I won that because we were on the same team.
Uh-huh.
And we won that game. And I remember, man, going to bed that night because I had to work early in the morning. I had to work at like, I don't know, 6 o'clock in the morning or something. And I just remember like, ending my recording, talking to everyone, saying my goodbyes, and then I logged out of Discord. I shut my computer off, and I was so like giddy. I was so happy that I was like, man, I have this. Like, going back to like when I was watching Hermitcraft, and I'm like, man, I want that. That was the feeling. Like the Chosen Challenge was the first time I ever felt like I had that, and I was so happy, man.
I'm
And still to
home.
this day, like
I'm
yeah,
home.
exactly. I'm home. I'm home, and I don't take it for granted, man. I really don't. Every day, I'm happy that I play with you guys. Like whenever I show someone my channel, like in real life, they'll a lot of the thing that they often tell me is like, man, like you have a lot of fun with those people. I'm like, man, I say the same thing. I play with great people. I truthfully believe that.
I
I'm so
gotta
happy
say
that.
the the way it like everybody came together, like the chance of that happening was so low, but like the sequence of events that had to happen, it just worked out.
Mhm.
And like somehow it just formed this thing. And I also shout out to Pally because really, to be honest, like if it wasn't for him, the server probably would not still be up.
Yep.
Like he is really the
Yep.
one keeping it alive in
He
terms of
fought. Like
the
he fought
actual
to keep the
server,
server.
in terms of the actual server like being alive and being able to play on it. Like
Yep. Yeah, because from my understanding, like Bodhi wanted to give it to him, but it was just, it seemed to have been like a bit of like a rough process to get everything transitioned over.
right.
And Pally put up with it, and like it wasn't Bodhi's fault or anything. It just happened to be a difficult process, and Pally
Also
was
Chuckles
willing
as well.
to work.
Also
What's that? Sorry.
Also Chuckles as well. Like he does all that stuff, like managing the server.
Yeah, he does a lot of behind
They're
the scenes
really
stuff.
doing like all the work behind the scenes. I mean,
Yeah.
I pretty much just join the server, record a couple episodes,
Hey
maybe
man, me too.
once a month, and upload it.
Yep. Yep. Me
And
too.
it's like it's pretty much free Minecraft for me. But it's, I mean, yeah, they deserve credit for keeping it like alive, alive.
Hmm.
And I know it's not right now. It's not the most active server, but we are still like working on it, and nobody has really. I mean, a couple people have left, but there's still like this. The Discord is active for the most part, and we still like enjoy Minecraft.
Yep.
There's so many
Yep.
stories of people that just like leave the server because they're not interested in Minecraft. But I think everybody is still like they still love the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, Cornerstone is a special thing. I don't think a lot of people have had the opportunity to do something like that, and I'm grateful that I found this community like every day. So
Yes,
Yeah, it's really
yeah, like
cool.
that's why I mentioned before. Like it's crazy. We're on season 2. It's like I don't think there are a whole lot of small servers
Oh
like this,
yeah.
especially that's
Oh
like
yeah.
content creator base that get to a second season.
What?
I know it's not much, but I just don't see it very often.
Yeah. Well, like, what's the percentage of from creators our size? What is a percentage of season or servers that have survived for over 2 years, going on 3 years?
Yeah,
Actually, hold on. We started in October of 2020, so we did pass 3 years.
yeah.
So like it's amazing. It's honestly amazing.
Now,
So
now, like you said too, like the roster of players that we have
the
now, like
roster.
content creators. You're a sports guy. I'm a sports guy. I'm a hockey guy,
Oh
but
yeah.
um, you know, it's very different. So like Cornerstone has had its history of people coming and going quite a bit. Um, and I think because of that, because like it has happened to have like it's had good owners. Like Bodhi was a good owner. Pally's been a great owner. It's like to keep the lights on long enough
Right.
to see who's staying, who's going, and it's been alive long enough to just kind of I don't know if this is the right term, but to kind of like weed out a lot of people that either weren't committed or like they just didn't have the time to do
Yeah,
so. It's
I
like
think that that's
now,
just a
yeah,
part of like having a server. I love
yeah,
trying to get new people on. That's one of my favorite things to do is to find new creators and like give them an opportunity to play on an SMP.
hmm,
Um, Sometimes it doesn't work out. Sometimes they stick around. Um, but yeah, it's just part of how it is. But yeah, again, like going back to like the chance, like there's really a good group of us that have stuck around. I know I already said this, but it's just crazy how like we all happen to be together for that amount of time.
hmm. And like just when we record, like it's an organic conversation. Like when we hop, like when you're watching any of our videos, and Brandy's on your video, and she's being an absolute klutz, and she's being silly, and she's
She's being
swearing
Brandy.
and all this kind of stuff. And she's being Brandy. She's making everyone laugh. It's like even if we weren't recording, that's exactly what would still be happening. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's like we capture our organic relationships on camera per se. I say that like with quotes because we're capturing the screen, but we're lucky that we get content out that way. It's just yeah, it's really special because like there are other SMPs, like I would even say like not just small, but like sometimes like on the larger scale, I watch some people like play together and it's like, oh man, this doesn't this doesn't sound like a real friendship. Like this sounds like that they're playing together, they're just trying to get content out, and like just the way they're speaking is a little bit more forced and stuff like that. It's like I really truthfully feel like that we just don't have that, if that makes sense.
No, yeah, no, I get that. I've seen some different collabs where it sometimes doesn't really. You can tell the viewers can tell that they don't really mesh well.
Right,
But
right.
yeah, moving on now. So the new update is actually they're releasing a trailer pretty soon. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if you've seen some of the new stuff. Actually, they did kind of release a trailer. What was it, Minecraft Live or whatever they call it?
Yeah, I watched
Um,
that.
that was interesting. We were watching that together actually. Now that I remember it.
No, I was a little
Or
late.
or
I
no,
was a
who was
little
that?
late. I got caught up after.
I think it was
Like
Decisive
you,
and I,
decisive.
and I think Hap was there. Sorry, I thought you were there.
If you have
But
no,
yeah,
I was messaging everyone on Discord because I was at work and I was trying to leave, and I ended up leaving just like I don't know 30 minutes early, rushing home. I was messaging the guys. I was probably messaging you, saying like I'm almost there. Don't worry, I'm gonna get caught up. And then for all my luck, it was literally the shortest Minecraft live that has ever existed, and I'm like, dang it. So I got home, and before I like chatted with you guys, um, I wanted to watch what I missed, and yeah. So the new update that I missed it with you guys. I got caught up after, and the only thing I've still seen because I know that there's some snapshots out that I have yet to watch any videos of. Um, But yeah, I've pretty much just seen what they showed at Minecraft Live. But anyway, with that being said, continue.
You have any other thoughts on it? I think the new, what are they called? It's like it's pretty much like a dungeon. I
The
should know the name of
trials,
it.
the
The trial is it the
trial
trial
chamber or
trial
something like
chamber?
that.
That's what it's called. Thank
Yep,
you.
yep. Okay.
I'm actually really hyped for that. I really don't know much about it. I do know there's a new hostile mob that's coming, which I'm looking forward to.
The
It's like the
breeze.
breeze, which is very cool. I'm like hyped for an update. I think I'm more hyped for this
Mm.
one than the last one, which I already forgot. Oh yeah, it was the cherry blossom
It
grove
was
and
the
stuff like that. Uh,
trails and tails, or
yeah, yeah,
tails
yeah,
and trails.
yeah. I've talked about my thoughts on that update, but this one, I think Mojang really needs to like they really need to try with this one because they've kind of lost a lot of the good vibes of the community the last update. So I think they know that, they're aware of that, and they're gonna actually like really try and put out something really good. I'm also, as a builder, I'm hyped with the tough blocks,
There's so many new variants of blocks
and
coming out,
also
like tough and
all the
copper.
copper and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I think it's gonna be a really fun update. I'm looking forward to it, and I know there's more stuff that hasn't been like released in snapshots or even talked about yet that I haven't seen yet. So
Yeah, I'm curious about that because I know this update they're taking the same approach as the update before, where I don't think they've named this update,
not yet.
and they're doing the same thing where it's like they show us at Minecraft Live, and we're gonna follow up with some snapshots like almost immediately, and you're gonna be giving us feedback as we're developing it, which is cool. Like I guess it worked out pretty well the first time.
Oh yeah,
Um,
the crafters in it too.
yep,
That's huge.
yep, that's massive.
Yeah,
That's a huge game changer.
I do like the way they do that. It's a good way to like game test before you release the update in one big thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
they can find and like work out the quirks that are like
yeah.
bugs and stuff like that. Um, I think they should
So
keep
like,
doing that.
yeah, I was kind of curious about it too. I was fine with it. So oh yeah, the reason why I wanted to bring this up was because I'm trying to remember. I don't have like a super accurate memory regarding the last update and building up to it, but for some reason I just remember it like they reveal parts of the update at Minecraft Live, and they said, this is just some of it, but we're going to be introducing even more later. But I'm trying to think of like what was introduced later, because I feel like that when I think of the last update, I feel like pretty much most of it, like 95% of it, was just shown at Minecraft Live. So I know they said the same thing about this update, and I'm just trying to think like how much can we really expect to see that wasn't shown at Minecraft Live. But that being said, too, I also haven't seen any of the new snapshot videos yet, so maybe there already is stuff that they've been showing that wasn't shown at Minecraft Live.
Yeah, I've been kind of thinking about this. Like, should I watch like snapshot videos or to like see what's
Just
going
do it
on,
blind.
or should I go in blind? I feel like it would be really fun to go in blind and explore it
It
like
always is.
myself. So I
Yeah,
was thinking about doing that.
yeah. But in terms of like my personal thoughts for this update coming out, it's like it looks cool, man. Like the trials look really cool. I was kind of confused. Like, is it an underground structure or is it going to be like a castle-like structure? I'm assuming it's underground. But like I said, the snapshot's out. Like I think the first snapshot with the trial chambers came out, so I could actually just upload a world right now or create a world right now and like figure it out. But like that being said, this is how little I know about it right now.
Right. Wait,
Um,
I'm not the right
yeah,
person to like talk about update news because I'm not up
right.
to date. I all I know is
I used to
I
be.
watched a little bit, or I watched pretty much the entire Minecraft live event, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
Nothing in the past couple of weeks have I've kept up to date on, but
yeah.
that's pretty much all I have to say about that.
Yeah, I used to be really up to date with a lot of things. I remember when the Caves and Cliffs update was coming out, parts 1 and part 2, 1.17, 1.18. I remember being like super up to date with everything. I was like religiously following those news and stuff like that just because I thought it was like insane how crazy like the whole world generation was going to be, and like just game changing and changing how we will forever see Minecraft. Um obviously, the updates that followed haven't been that, and I don't know if like that's what people want. If they just have been like, if the 1.18 update was like so game changing, like it's made every other update like look
Right.
underwhelming.
I think
Um,
there are
yeah.
ways to implement stuff in the game that aren't huge and massive and game changing. They can add stuff that isn't that size but still make a good update. I think a lot of people don't
Mhm.
realize that. A lot of people want huge structures, want huge changes and new biomes and things like that. And what that makes, pretty much Mojang has kind of fell into this hole where they've kind of found a routine, which is make a new wood type, make a new biome, release a couple things special about that biome that are pretty cool, I guess, and then maybe a couple other things here and there, and they just pushed it out
Yeah.
to the people, which is how we got the mangrove. Which I actually like the mangrove. I do like that they made like the mud, which is
The mod's cool. I
it's
think
kind of cool.
I think
But
the wood,
the
the
best
mangrove wood
example,
is
yeah,
amazing. Go
it
ahead.
looks cool too. But the best example of that is the cherry blossom grove or whatever. What is it? What's the actual name for it? Is it just a cherry grove, or what is it?
Cherry blossom biome. I'm not
Cherry,
too
yeah,
sure
just
the official term,
the
but
cherry tree biome.
I've only ever seen it like once in person.
Yeah, that's I've talked about this in a video. They need to stop doing that. They really need to stop doing that. I think that is not a way not a good way to tackle a new update, because pretty much what that means is you have players that have been playing in worlds for a little bit of time, not even a long time, but just like they've had the world before the update was released. You're pretty much making these players go out and explore hundreds, if not thousands, of blocks to find these places. Sometimes you get lucky and it's
Mm.
close by, but for most people, it's not.
Well, it's like
And
the trial chambers. I wonder how rare that's going to be.
yeah,
Especially people that aren't playing with apps like Chunk Base.
I don't know how people that have had worlds for 5, 6 plus years are gonna like find stuff like that. I had a
Tough,
really tough
yeah,
time. I had a tough time finding an end city, and
yeah, yeah.
I had to go out. I forgot it was like 10,000 block. Like I kept going in caves, and I finally found it, and I just gave up. Like I had to use chunk base, so
Yeah.
like I could not find this thing without that. Which I think a good way to fix that is by making it so cartography villagers give you a map to find ancient cities. But
I thought about
that's
that
just
too.
my
Yeah.
it's my what's the term, uh, cup of tea or whatever.
That's your 2 cents.
That's my 2 cents exactly.
Yeah, yeah. No, but I think from what I've seen from this update, though, like going back, I know, like, I'm kind of branching off a little bit with some of the things I'm saying, but I don't know. I'm super excited for the trial chambers, like not necessarily just you know, for me in my single player world, but like whenever I see something like that, I want to play it on Cornerstone. When I saw the Ancient City, I was like, I need to play this with the guys on Cornerstone. Um, and the trial chambers is one of those things. I think the breeze looks awesome. I love seeing a new hostile mob that's like that. The block variants of the tough block looks incredible. I'm trying to think what else. Like, there's a lot of things in there that I was trying to pick up on, but I know
Mm.
for sure I didn't see everything yet. But it looks cool. I remember when the Ancient Cities came out, people, I don't know if it ever grew on anyone, but a lot of people were saying that like the loot was pretty lackluster.
I
I'm
think
curious if
they need to
the
find another way. I think obviously there's like a giant portal structure in the ancient city. That's probably what they're going to be doing
yes,
next in a couple years or whatever. But
yeah,
right now, there's not a lot of pull to go and explore and find an ancient city, other
other
than
than
the
yeah,
uh, the special enchantment that you get. The sneak,
Swift Sneak,
swift sneak.
yes.
So that's yeah. I mean, it's very easy to get diamond leggings if you have a villager. I mean, just mine diamonds is so.
Mm.
I
So
mean, that's
like,
yeah.
well, I'm not too sure exactly what you get out of the trial chambers yet. If you want to go there, you want to prove your strength, you want to get through this thing. It's like, okay, cool. Like, is it just bragging rights, or are you gonna like physically get something for it?
I
Or are you
do
just gonna get like a boatload of XP or something? I don't know.
I do think the main pull of the trial chambers is probably going to be the spawner of the new mob. I think people are going to find ways to farm the, what are they called again?
Yeah, the
The
breeze.
breeze. There's probably going to be a good. Hopefully, they have some good loot that they drop or
Yeah,
something.
but that's what I'm curious about too. Is like if each spawner has mobs and like all of those mobs drop something because they're different types of spawners. Like they're not the same kind of spawner that you find, in a skeleton like a zombie dungeon or something like that. Skeleton, cave spider, cave spiders in a mine. Um, if these are spawners that spawn mobs that you can't really find really anywhere else other than like naturally spawned, like they're special spawners. If they drop something, and again, I'll have to go look at the footage or I'll have to play with it myself in like a test world. If they drop something, then I wonder if people are just going to basically take an entire trial chamber and just gut it out and like revamp the entire thing into just a multi mob farm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I know there's like cooldowns and stuff like that, but I'm sure people are going to find ways to take advantage of
Oh
that
yeah.
and
And anytime
to
there's
automate it.
anytime there's a spawner, people are going to find a way to farm it.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Anytime a mob drops something, it's like
Oh
how
yeah, yeah.
it's like how
Exactly.
zombies drop. I think copper. Like it's I don't know a
Dude,
one in a
I've
hundred
seen
chance or
I've seen
something.
people make wandering trader farms for leather. Like
Believe it.
totally
Yeah.
ridiculous. It's totally
Yeah.
ridiculous and over the top, but people found a way to do it. It's just
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Minecraft
If a
players are
mob
something
drops
else.
something or whatever, yep, for sure. For sure.
But yeah, I mean, last thing that I have here, your series with Haphazardous Waste, Drew and Hap's Incredible Adventure. Tell me about that.
Yeah.
How's that
Oh
been going?
man. Great. So currently we're 7 episodes in, and it all started with Chuckles reaching out to me and Hap asking if, it was his idea. It wasn't my idea or Hap's idea. It was all Chuckles. He said, "Hey, I want to do something for you guys. I want to put together an adventure for you. Would you be interested?" I was like, "Sure, I'm down." Hap goes, "Sure, I'm down." So
There you go.
yeah, exactly. Some time went by. I can't remember exactly how early it was talking about it, but it was a while. And then we finally were able to commit to it. And Chuckles put together a world like pretty fairly quickly, so I got to give him props. And yeah, we knew nothing about it. We just knew that we were gonna have to get something. And I I might have got the idea that we're gonna have to go to all three dimensions for it. But basically, yeah. So the first episode is we're dropped into the world. Chuckles kind of showed us around just to understand the mod that we were using. It's the same mod that we used for the last session of the Chosen Challenge.
Okay.
But for me and Hap, this was our first time seeing it. We knew it was not going to be easy. It was going to be quite different. So that's what that is. Like it's a series of us being assigned to eat a chorus fruit. That's it. And the first episode we learn that, and then we're just off. Like it's just like there's no chains, no nothing. We're off the leash, and we're just trying to figure out how the heck we're going to do this. And the twist is that we only have 30 days, and it's hardcore. So we're in this modded world. It's hardcore. We're timed. Like I said, we're 7 episodes in. We have another episode that's recorded right now. I just put out a video. Hap and Drew's Incredible Adventure episode 8 will be my next episode. My next video going out. Like that's in relevant time of us recording this. But yeah, it's been a roller coaster. Like it started off like I would say fairly slow because like it's like early game, and we even had a pretty funny hiccup where we started and Chuckles forgot to turn on the hostile mob spawning. So like we were going caving in like these empty caves, and we are like, is this part of the challenge? Is this part of the mod? Like
Man, it's really
what
easy.
it's super easy. Like what's going
Wow.
on? And then I think it was by the third episode we we figured it out. And so it was like, okay, so everything changed from there, and then we had to go into the Nether, and that's where we were last episode. We were in the Nether. And so yeah, there's another video coming out soon. I started editing it, and it will probably be out. Today we are recording on a Friday. It'll, crossing my fingers, it's probably going to be out next week. So
All right, cool.
that's all going to be good if everything goes smoothly. But it's an awesome series, man. Hap's perspective is unbelievably hilarious. Yeah, I recommend it if you're curious in like, anything like that. Those kind of hardcore timed adventures, especially in like a slightly modded world. I would highly check it out. Recommend
Sweet.
checking it out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks,
for
man. Thanks for
everybody.
asking.
Yeah, yeah, of course. For everybody that hasn't subscribed to Hap, also Haphazardous Waste. He's also a member of Cornerstone SFP that you actually convinced to join. So
Yeah, yeah.
that was a couple months ago, right?
We yeah, we joked for a long time. I was even joking on Twitter for like months. I'm like, hey, like tweeting out like, do you think Haphazardous will ever join Cornerstone? And I think in the back of his mind, he knew that he was going to join someday. Because like I was talking to Pally about it. I don't even know if I was talking to Hap about this, but I would talk to Pally. I'm like, hey man, like my friend Hap? He's like, yeah, I've seen him around. I've seen him in your comments, and it's like, hey, he'd be great for Cornerstone, wouldn't he? He's like, yeah, you should get him to join. And so like over some time, like that finally happened, and it's been great. And he's been streaming on Cornerstone right now too recently,
Yep,
which is
I
awesome.
was watching him yesterday.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, cool. I think that's about it for the first episode. Once again, thank you, Time Off, for coming on.
Thanks,
Time
buddy.
Off
Yeah, it
Crew.
was great doing this, man. I've never
Uh,
done a podcast like this before, so this has been great.
yeah, this is my first time around. I'm having a lot of fun. This is my second episode that I've completed, but this is the first one that's coming out, and I gotta
I'm
say,
honored.
it's been really great. Hopefully, if we find time, you'll be able to come on again. Maybe if you want, maybe you can become like a co-host or something like that. If
Sure,
you want,
sure.
but that's only if like you're up to do so because
Yeah, we'll talk about
it's
it,
a
man.
big time it's a big time commitment. These episodes have been going on for a while.
It
Um,
depends. Yeah, it has to be the right day for me. But I honestly think that we could figure it out pretty easily.
yeah. So yeah, once again, also if you have not subscribed to Drew already for some reason, please go do so. Get him to 400 right now. He deserves it very much so. So yeah, thank you
Thanks,
guys.
buddy.
Thank you
Thanks.
all for watching. I
Yeah,
hope
thank
you
you,
enjoyed
everyone.
the first episode of Around the Block. The next episode is going to be coming out very soon, probably in a week or so. So yeah, look out for that. All right. Thank you.
Cool. See you guys.